L the Alchemist here. Today I wanted to talk about Cyber Magick. Cyber Magick? What's that? Well, with Cyber Magick, what I'm basically saying is you find a sigil of a certain being you want to work with. And if you don't have time to go draw it out or do some elaborate ritual, you can just open up a certain entity's sigil. And by just staring at it, which it is a black screen, kind of like a scrying bowl, and you're placing your intention, your waves of energy into that. It will activate the sigil, and you can do a ritual on the fly that way. Now, obviously, drawing a sigil yourself, putting your energy into it, being in your own space, and just really being grounded and having extra things like herbs, candles, radionics, whatever you want to add to it to give it boom, but for on the fly in different situations. So I ended up going through a situation where I thought it was going to be a lot rougher, just due to the circumstance. And I was just thinking about, as I was reading through a list one day randomly, of being to work with that would be able to help me get through the situation, just struggle free, and good for all sides, good all parties, and everything else. No water splash. And when I got to the situation, nothing even occurred. In fact, something really favorable happened for me, and I was given a check of money versus thinking that there's going to be a confrontation. And I didn't even know that this money was even going to be coming to me. And all I did was stare into my phone, the entity Amun, the seventh spirit from the 𝓐⁶ and he can help cause feuds and fights as well as calm them and make the waters just not be shaked. And he really smoothed out for me the situation. I didn't have to do anything crazy other than stare into my phone for 5 minutes at the sigil of the situation which I desired the outcome to be. And I even had his presence be able to come through the phone and sit with me one time when I was doing it. And I was just sitting out in the car. And easy as that. Do that 5 minutes, boom, cyber. And the next few days I wanted to experiment more but didn't know what to do it with. And I started thinking about different things I could try to just change in my life and certain beings, and Belial was one of them. And I just had his sigil open on my phone, and before I had it wide open and tried to stare into it with any intent, I already had his energy and presence already there. And just the thought and feeling of I'm going to open up my phone and pull out his sigil, it was already as if the energy was right there. And that happened with 𝓐⁶, the Marquise inside the 𝓐⁶. And both of them, without even doing a ritual, I had a conversation and able to get through some internal shakes just about wondering this, that, and the other, and getting rid of things very quickly, right on the fly. Like, problem, address it. Oh, you are going to gain some gnosis from this entity, finding out you don't have to do a working, you just have to look at your own self and analyze your own life. And that's what Belial showed me. And Arias is telling me a way to do a ritual in which I desire to do to its maximum potential. And it wasn't even with him. So it's just small things like this that we can add and integrate into our daily lives when a situation occurs. If you're just on the fly and that's all you got, and just being able to get your mind and let it go and enter into a connection with the being what you're calling, things can just change on the fly. So go ahead, give it a try. Do some little cyber magic, staring into the screen, and just being aware that if you can do that with an entity, all your intention that you put into your phone when you're staring at it, be very aware about that and all the screens in which you place your intent. For we control our reality, so make sure you program yours the way you want it. Transmission over.